Hello, thanks for joining the first edition of Journalist Hangout. I am Ayodele Ozugbakun. Today on the program, Plateau Governor Gov Lalong apologizes to Governor Sam Othom over anti-grazing law comments. And later on the show, Senator Shehu Sani slams Northern governors for endorsing Buhari for the 2019 presidential poll. I'll be hanging out with Babajide Kolade Otitoju, Charles Ideho, and Benga Onitilo. So if you're ready, let the hangout start now. Glad to have you back. Last Thursday, Benue State mourned the deaths of some of its defenseless citizens who were victims of killer attacks orchestrated by killer machines who placed premium on, feeding their cattle at the expense of human life. Now, as the state wept and buried the dead, the governor of the state, Plateau State, that's Governor Gov Lalong, decided to indirectly blame the Benue State governor for bringing the rather unfortunate situation on his people. He told journalists that he had warned the governor of the state to jettison the idea of implementing his anti-open grazing law. This self-serving comment landed him in trouble. With a swearing wave of criticism, public criticism, the governor decided to eat the humble pie. On Saturday, he apologized to Governor Samuel Othom for his insensitive comments, but he won't finish his apology without blaming journalists for misquoting his comments. Was the governor truly misquoted? Let's find out if indeed he was misquoted.
I told them, even the governor of Benue, I told him, when he was doing the law, I said, look, why don't you just be careful. Take the other steps before you start implementation. Well, but states are different. He said his own concept is different. And so for us, Plateau is different. I said I will not do the law before implementation. I have not seen rangers. I have not yet developed the ranching areas. So I can't go and say I put a law. To stop who? If I stop the people, what is the alternative? What is the alternative for them? So what you do is, first of all, I say do consultation, allow the people to understand and buy into the concept. It's for people who are interested to come and involve themselves in it. And two, I can't implement. There are levels of implementation which requires federal government intervention, provision of rangers.
Last week, we warned the governor on this program.
He chose the wrong time to say it, because when people are still mourning the loss of more than 70 people, you do not come out and talk like the governor did something wrong. You see, whether Lalong likes it or not, the people of Benue State are behind their governor on this.
Like Dide said, you're making a point, but
you should have picked your time.
Exactly. The time is very wrong.
Right time.
People are mourning first and foremost. I mean, because if you remember, he made that a statement to the pressmen immediately after he held a meeting with President Buhari.
Yeah.
So to me, I was like, I mean, you're coming from, you know, that a meeting, you know, with the president, and you're saying this kind of thing. I think as an elder, as a leader, not just an elder, as a leader in a country, you should guard your utterances. You should know the kind of things to say. And people are bitter, not just people of Benue. All of us are bitter about this development.
So you can't blame a governor for coming up with this law, especially at this time. Yes, he had his point, because Lalong, even Lalong himself admitted that ranching is still the solution.
Regardless.
Yes.
Regardless.
So someone has to start something.
Well, Babajide, when you look at, I saw